Hey guys, Todd here with Great Escape Farms. Today I'm going to give you a quick chicken brooder overview and kind of hacks and tricks and things I've picked up over the years. So I am standing in front of a bathroom in my garage here. It's actually a barn more than a garage, at least the way I use it. And I keep the chicks in this little enclosed bathroom here, and the reason being is when it gets really cold, I can turn that heater on there and help control the temperature a little bit. So I only use this heater right here when we get down in the 20s, and when we are 30 or above, I don't use this. I just use the heat lamp here, which just shut off. So the heat lamp itself will keep it this side warm, and if the girls get too hot, they will come over here and they'll cool off on this side. But if we're in the 20s, it gets too cold over here and too hot over there, and they have a tough time adjusting. So I try to keep the temperature in this room in the 60s, which I can do with this because we're so small. So the heat lamp itself, when we're in the 30s, the heat lamp will keep this room in the 60s. And I have the heat lamp set up. You notice it just shut off. I have it connected up to an iPower here. I believe that's what it's called. I'll put a link in the show notes. Actually, I'll put a link to the show notes to some of the neat different gadgets I have here. And what this does is it basically shuts the power on and off based on a temperature that I set. So I believe I'm set at 85 right now. No, I guess I'm set at 80. And it will come on when I drop below the temperature sensors right here. And yeah, if one of the girls sits on this, they will mess it up a little, but then they'll get up and they'll move. Let's see, some of the other things. I put the water up on this is what you use for a paint roller, to drain a paint roller, and it keeps some of the stuff out of the water. The birds have been flying around and stirring it up because I have been in here messing around with it. And I just use a standard, heat lamp just came on, and they just use a standard chicken feeder here, which they've already put shavings in, so I'll have to clean that out. And I don't actually fill the chicken feeder up, but up to about a quarter or an eighth there. And the reason being, as little as these guys are, they actually climb up in there and do what chickens do, and they use their feet and they kick it out. So this right here, they'll kick a good bit of it out and then they'll eat it off of the ground. If I filled it up to the top, they would completely empty it out into the bottom here. Let's see. So this turns the heat lamp off and on, and I can't remotely monitor this the way it's set up. So I use something called SensorPush, and I keep one up here, and this one monitors the temperature of the room. And then I keep one right here about in the center, and the girls do move this around and kick this one around a little. But this one gives me an idea what the temperature in the brooder is. And those two, along with the gateway, and I'll show you the gateway in a minute, I can actually monitor those remotely and see what's going on when I'm not here in the room itself. I do that along with the cameras here. So these are IP cameras that I can monitor remotely. I have one there and one here. So the reason I have two of them is this IP camera right here. It looks at the overall from a top down, and it tells me where the birds are. So when I'm not here scaring them and moving them around, if they are all centered under the light, I know they are too cold and they're trying to heat up. And if they are all jammed up over here against this side right here, it tells me that they are too hot and I may need to do some adjusting. Let's see. Oh, this one right here. So remotely, this one will look at the water level and the food level. So from the top down, I can't see that. But from here, sideways, I can see the water and the food level. And I can actually monitor everything that's going on in here. The last item I have to show you is this right here. And I can't do this one-handed, but this is 1/2-inch hardware cloth, and this will go over top, and I put it over top every night. I don't mess with it during the day. During the day it comes off, I clean the chicks and clean their water and all. At night I put it on, and it keeps mice from getting in, and it also keeps rats from getting in. Now I've never seen a rat on the property, but I'm told that with chicks at some point I will. And The mice won't kill the chicks, but the rats will go in and kill the chicks when they're small. They're probably, even still, they could probably hurt the chicks. So right now, the whole plan and idea is to protect the chicks and keep them alive. From here, in another couple of weeks, once we're not so worried about the temperature of the chicks, and once they get more feathers, we'll move them outside into a chicken tractor. And I use a John Siskovich chicken tractor with some modifications. So I'll include a link in the show notes so you can take a look at his chicken tractor and the modifications that I made for layers versus meat birds. And then after the summer of being in the chicken tractor, they will move to the Carolina coops style coop and run. And I will go ahead. I don't have a video of that made yet, but within the next month or so, I'll go ahead and make a video of that and include that in the show notes once the video is made. So about a month or two after this video is put out, expect to see the actual Carolina coops coop and run. And I'll probably put a playlist together that includes all the different hacks and things that I've learned. None of these are original ideas from me. Everything here I've seen elsewhere, not so much for chicken brooders, but on the farm. I use these SensorPush temperature sensors all over the place. I use them to monitor the temperature of my plant room and stuff like that. So I kind of add stuff together and put it all together, in this case for chicken brooder or whatever I'm working on around here. So again, no original ideas here, just a little different in the way that I use them. Real quick, I promised you a look at the gateway. Let me come over here and show you that. So the SensorPush pieces that I showed you in the brooder room, those work off of Bluetooth. And if you're close, you can see them on Bluetooth. But this Wi-Fi gateway here will read via Bluetooth the temperature sensors and put it into basically the SensorPush cloud. And there we are. SensorPush cloud, and from there I can look at it remotely, and I can also do that with the Wi-Fi cameras. So I'm getting ready to go to Maryland. I'll be several hundred miles away, and I can still monitor how the chicks are doing, and if there's a problem I can call my wife and say, hey, we need this or we need that, or I can call the in-laws across the street if both my wife and I are out of town. So this just allows me to fully automate what's going on and watch and keep the chicks safe even when I am not right here with them. So thank you very much. One more thing, if you guys are doing anything different or have any suggestions, please include in the comments. I am always learning and looking to learn new things. So any information you have would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much and have a great day.